I was still holding on to this footage because I would have no idea when or how I would use it, because what I was originally using it for, it was just too good to use for that video. And I almost died here, meaning what you're about to witness and what I'm about to explain almost never happened. Some of you may know where I'm going with this, as I have shown the clip before, but never in full, or the moments leading up to it. And it starts off by killing this one player. Hilariously enough, I call it the 500,000 threshold. You will know what I mean very soon, and I am personally in for the ride. And this time I will survive. And here is where it truly begins. With the emergence of the bitch hunters. No, not witch hunters, bitch hunters. And I call them this due to the exuberant amount of whining and complaining that they cannot kill me, staying in the base. No kidding. And you wonder why players like me do this. Multiple players with tank counter picks, hunting for you and you only. Of course, you are going to resort to staying in the base. But here's the difference between me and the average player. No offense intended. On this day, I had a lot of time to burn. So I could have been here all day, messing with these hunters. You waste my time, I will waste yours, and I will have a blast at doing so, while you, on the other side, will slam your keyboards in rage. Figuratively, of course, unless they actually do that. And I have a plan. It's simple, yet effective, and it's just staying in this corner with my drones. I could easily do something else, such as edit, maybe play another game, but I just wanted to have a lot of fun with these witch hunters, because I know how desperate they can be, and at this point I still had so many hours before sleeping, because you know, sleeping is important. Rest well, people, you need it. Now the plan here is to pretend I am inactive even though I am not. Because I know these players will use fighters or boosters just to try and kill me in the corner. It is the greatest bait to ever exist. And they fall for it. Let's not forget the fool who kamikazes themselves just to keep tabs on me. Because there is always one that is literally spying on you like a third eye in the night. Big Hunter is watching, and they are angry. What feels to be like 2 hours was only about 10 minutes. If that. And the party is just getting started. Again with one of many attempts to try and kill me, but I am always prepared. I am playing 4D chess, while they are playing checkers, because time is of an essence, and right now, I am burning it wisely, at least in my opinion. Maybe this time they will come from the other side, or will they come from the right side again? I am prepared for both sides, and I am going to be laughing my ass off all the way through. I do not know if this is the same person, but you would think they would learn by now that I am doing this to trap them. And now they bring out the Overlord. I scoff at the hilarious fails, as they know that the Necromancer is superior to the Overlord. Why, thank you for your potential future protection, kind player, but I am here on business to mess with the Hunters, as we all know. They have had it coming for a long time now. I will get one of those that will try and push me out of the base. Just you watch. They are still watching, like crows hunting their prey, except I am the one laying the trap for them. I can sense they are going to appear from the bottom left side now. I'm calling my shots. Let's see if I am correct. And it's at this moment in time I will obtain my answer to my own question. I was correct! Oh hell yes! I have outsmarted the fools, but that is not a thing to brag about, as clearly they are not very smart. Brains over brawn, although it is very good to have both of them. And believe it or not, Necromancer sure can pack a punch, if prepared. And let me tell you, they are still going to keep trying, but sooner or later they may get bored. Which is highly unlikely simply because they are still trying. Normally I would admire this determination, but at this moment in time, it's just incredibly desperate. How desperate do they get? Well, I will say this, they will threaten to crash the server, and I know all about this. It happened to me once, This is how they choose to get attention, because no one else will give them it. Funnily enough, this was after the developer, before he sold it, fixed the lagbot problem, which makes this even more desperate and hilarious, that one of their tricks that they use to ruin a high score run cannot be used. And yes, a lot of hunters do use scripts, including multi-boxing, spread shot scripts, before that also got fixed, among other things. Hey, where are the lag bots, huh? Where are the lag bots? Where is the server? The server's still here. Why are you still here? Why are you trying to ruin it when you have failed? Suck it up. Bite the bullet. You have lost. Actually, you know you're shit at the game when you have to resort to lagging the server until it crashes to ruin a high score. Where's your self-proclaimed skill? Because you clearly do not show any here. They're still trying. It's been around 30 minutes at this point since I have stayed inside the base. I would say let this sink in, but this was to be expected because they have gone for hours before trying to kill me. So I'm not really surprised. Also, again with the Overlord fails. Yeah, where are the bots? Where are the bots? Oh yeah, they are nowhere to be found because you cannot bring them in. You desperate fool. It's been longer than you think and they are still trying. Oh my, the salt is real. As it always was. It just keeps on going. Persistence is futile. Ah yes, because if Overlord doesn't work, try the Necromancer. Yeah, what a good idea. More drones does not mean that the chances are much higher. That describes Necromancer in a nutshell. How many times did they think I am inactive? Surely they know by now that I am not. Maybe you should try something else? But everything you have tried so far has failed. This is just embarrassing. And you wonder why I do not give them attention. It's to save themselves the heartache of being ridiculed. It's been years and I still have this footage to use, so I figured why not use it now? And not that it matters because their names are as generic as it comes, and their quest for relevancy is null and void. At this point I was going to try my luck and move out of the base, but they were still here, at least one of them. Keeping in mind here that I am the only one on the leaderboard, so my team have no chances of dominating at all, and I'm not going to ask for help either. You would think after so many supposed successful kills of players at over 500,000 score, that it is just not that special anymore. You would think that, but apparently not to these players. The bulk of the hunters have gone at this point, so I am somewhat free to roam around, but there are still some players, hunters or otherwise, or random players, that will still try to hunt me down. And I get it, players are supposed to attack you, players are supposed to kill you, but at what point does it become completely ridiculous? Random rogue players? Fine, it's whatever. Organised teams that witch hunt you to the very end? Not so fine. But hey, do you know what would piss them off even more? The hunters, that is? How about a stupid death to a random player? And no, this wasn't on purpose. I was genuinely that stupid to move towards the booster in this manner. But honestly, I would prefer this than being hunted down by a bunch of witch hunters. Oh, I'm sorry, bitch hunters. Oh, and by the way, this player died, because of course they did. I came to terms with this footage a long time ago, that I will most likely never use it. But this footage here was just too good to pass over, so here we are. And this is a perfect reminder why these players are just so terrible, like they're brainwashed. I would say don't witch hunt, but that would prompt more witch hunters, so do whatever the hell you want, I do not care. But do not be surprised if your actions will be laughed at. The only thing I would suggest is not to ruin any game with scripts, macros, hacks, whatever you wish. That you should not do. That is all I will say.
Necromancer superated bitch hunters. Necromancer superated bitch hunters. Necromancer superated bitch hunters. Necromancer superated bitch hunters.